Just wanted to give you my quick takeaway before the review. It's a very cool and unique game. Great atmosphere, there's a lot of innovation, and you can tell there's a lot of love gone into the game. They blend different styles, it's a very cool look. The lighting effects are phenomenal. It's a niche game, but I do think it'll find a loving audience. I know the review's super long, but I'd rather give people the option to decide how much they're interested in seeing. Enjoy the review. Hey folks, Atlas with Get Fit Gaming. Today I'll be taking a look at Prospice. Steam describes it. It says, haul cursed cargo across a haunted island where the terrain can take your life and every road bears the scars of the past. It says adventure, simulation, psychological horror, and driving. Made with the Unity engine. I turned it on yesterday, and as is tradition, I started recording, and then I forgot to actually start recording. It was just in my mind. So I'm going to keep going from where I left off. I've done nothing so far except the tutorial anyway. So I save you the grief of watching me learn how to drive. It's got a very cool aesthetic. It's simple. All I did so far was I started at this site where there was like a giant body and it was on the ground and the hand was cut off and it was in the back. I took up the entire back of my truck, so you can imagine how big it was, and I drove it here. It took about 3 minutes. That's really all that happened. There's some weird, creepy dudes. Don't even think about throwing the cargo behind this counter. This is a test dialogue entry. We'll get stuck there and you will soft lock yourself. This is a test dialogue entry. Okay. So, black box is the mission I started. Let's try starting it again. We lost another bird a few weeks ago. The entire island was declared a no-fly zone years ago, but someone always thinks the rules don't apply to them. Now we've got another helicopter in the dirt and a black box that needs recovering. We don't have intel on the exact crash site, so you'll have to pinpoint it yourself using your RF scanner. Oh, I think I just accepted another one. Well, I'm here. I have to go to the right of this lake and across and up. Also, this is the playtest of the game, not a demo. The game is not out yet. Take my park and brake off. It's a very creepy aesthetic. I really like the found footage style graphics. It's almost like seasoning. It's like adding a seasoning to a dish. It takes a graphic style that's pretty simple, almost like PlayStation 2 era graphics, and it spices it up. And I think it's pretty cool. So the game offers elements similar to MudRunners. I've got to go with my low gear now because I'm getting stuck. And I'm going to engage my all-wheel drive, so I should be able to get up and out of this. Let me take a look at the map here. Okay, I think I'm between the two bodies of water. My only real complaint about the game is sometimes the driving is very slow. And I get it, I'm crawling over stuff, so that's not really a complaint. It's just a reflection of me personally, I guess. For anyone that hasn't seen much of my channel, I do reviews, Atlas Get Fit Gaming. I review games every couple days. Pretty much anything I see that I'm interested in that has a demo or a playtest or that I get on Xbox Game Pass, I will do a review of it. The general heart of my channel is fitness and gaming. I've been putting content out of RedSec and PUBG. I play a lot of competitive games. When I get enough subscribers, I'm going to start streaming full time. That should be very soon. And I'll be exercising after every match. I'm a big fat guy. I'm in my 40s, and I'm trying to turn my life around. Really, I'm trying to lose weight, get fit, talk shit, play video games, and create content full time. So, if you're into any of that or all of it, swing on by the channel. Now, is it just me, or are we getting more interference than we were getting? I think I can shift up now that I'm out here. Take a look at where I'm at. Oh, I've overshot. So I'm going to turn north and start cutting back to where I was going. Fuel consumption is also a thing. You use more of it in the low gear, and you use more of it in all-wheel drive. So I should probably get out of all-wheel drive for now. It looks like... Actually, no, that was a mistake. I'm going to need all-wheel drive. Develop a little momentum here. As far as I understand, I'm looking for a crashed helicopter. I really like the graphics. I've said before, you know, I've lived through the PlayStation era, PS2 era, all of that stuff. But I like when they innovate on those graphical styles, and I also really enjoy the fact that we don't have the limitations of that graphical era anymore, like pop in, amount of enemies on the screen. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is, but I'm getting away from it. That is coming for me. Yeah, yes it is. Oh god. I don't think I can get away from that thing. Maybe he's a nice big thing. Hello. Nope, I'm dead. Life pattern fractured. Now I really like that little sequence when I died. That was... There's a lot of love. I could tell already that a lot of love has gone into this game. Okay, so I have to restart that mission. Yeah, the whole body cam thing really elevates the graphical style, in my opinion. Now, I can sleep, but I feel like I don't really need to. If I just died, I feel like that is probably something that's not needed. I'm gonna try the black box one more time. So I go around the lake, and then I just pretty much cut north once I'm on the other side of the lake. Let's try that one more time. Truck's fueled up. What about you folks at home so far? Anybody watching this game, interested in this game? It seems like a low-key game because I had a friend send it to me. I hadn't seen it on Steam, and I scour Steam constantly for new games. So I'm not sure how I missed this one. My buddy Chris sent it over because he loves this type of shit and horror, or anything horror adjacent, Cthulhian, Lovecraftian. He's into all that type of stuff. And after my dive, what was the game I played? Dive or Die? I actually a little more into it than I thought I was going to be. Okay, so okay, there's the lake. I'm going to keep going around the lake and then take a turn left. I played a lot of horror games growing up. Silent Hill, the Resident Evil games, I played all of those. Huge fan. Silent Hill 1 and 2 are probably some of my favorite games of all time. We're getting in low gear here, and we're going into all-wheel drive for the climb. Now, I learned before that very steep hills in Peru, the way they deal with steep hills is they zigzag back and forth so that you're not taking as steep of an angle. And it applies in games. I'm gonna try. That creature was over there to the left. I'm not sure if that's gonna be, if he's always gonna be there, but I'm gonna try to get up around this part. Yeah, okay, I should be able, if I can get over this ridge and then cut left, I think that's the move that I'll make. I'm in as lower range as I can get in the truck here. Okay. Well, maybe I'll take the long way. Rather than go over it, I'll go around it. I also don't want to flip this thing. I'm not sure of the ramifications if I flip it. It's got a very creepy aesthetic that I can't... Liminal horror, is that the word I'm looking for? I watched this YouTube channel a couple years ago, and it was this, the idea behind it was that it was like a broadcast. It's like you're listening to a broadcast. And the broadcast was, it was very interesting. It hooked you right away. It was very simple, but it started with a broadcast saying, no matter what you do, don't look at the moon. It was nighttime. It said, do not look at the moon no matter what. And then the next broadcast said, ignore the previous broadcast, go look at the moon. Everyone go look at the moon. And it right away I was hooked. But the reason I'm explaining all that is because whatever that genre of horror is, analog horror, that's what I believe it's called. Analog horror. Anyway, this is giving me analog horror vibes for whatever reason. If I think of the name of the program that I watched on YouTube before the end of this video, I'll find it. Yeah, I should be right beside this crash site. In fact, I'll try to remember to look it up before I get to the end of the video, in case anyone's interested in that type of thing. Yeah, I feel like there's all sorts of interference happening right now. One more quick look. Yeah, we should be right beside it. I just hope I just don't bump into that big gangly motherfucker from before. Well, I see something over there on the left side of my screen. You're currently in range of your objective. Exit your truck and press 1 in order to equip radio frequency scanner tool. RF scanner allows you to detect artifacts, anomalies, and other types of man-made hardware. You will get both audio and visual feedback from the device if an object of interest is within, it's withing, but within its active range, and detector is pointed towards it. Oh my god. That shitbird again. Okay, I want to go to a higher gear, see if I can outrun this big bastard. Oh, mama. And I'm dead. Alright, I'm going to try a different mission, just so I don't bore you with repeatedly failing the same thing. Life pattern fractured. Press any button. Don't look at the moon YouTube video. Yeah, okay, more stuff came up. Oh, I didn't start a mission, sorry folks. Maybe it looks like there might be a whole genre of don't look at the moon YouTube videos, but it was a specific series. It was pretty interesting. Autonomous transport web hub west of here is running low on supplies. It needs to be resupplied before reserves dry up. Okay. That takes us far away from that other big bastard. Okay, that's the one we did. Now, where do I pick up the supplies? Or are they just going to start? Okay, cargo is here. I'm going to load it into the truck. Now, it looks like that's going to be able to fall out of the truck. My buddy was playing a delivery game, a weird delivery game with a truck, my buddy Doug. I can't remember what it was called. It's very interesting to me, as someone that's been gaming since the 80s. It's amazing to me the amount of innovation I see and new genres of gaming. It's stuff that you never thought would be a thing. Okay, I'll move that in. I'll move that in. I think I fucked myself by not... Okay, no, we're good. Not having the truck backed up. Okay, we need to find... This branches to the left in a road. The game's very finicky about the terrain that you're on. So I don't want to get caught up. Now the good news is that they want you to drive through water. Like that's part of the game, is like the whole slowly driving through mud and water. Assuming there's no creatures in the mud and water. I also am not sure if you ever get a gun or any way to defend yourself. Engine drowning. We're alright, we're alright. It's in a deep spot. I'd like to know how to get to that helicopter crash without getting the big fella on my case, though. I've taken 2 different routes to get to the same spot, and he seems to have a huge threat range. It's a little anticlimactic. Like I could see the first time you encounter that, maybe, putting you on edge, but having it play out the same way every time isn't necessarily conducive to a great experience. I have a feeling there'll be something waiting for me on this road. Map's not too big though either, because it takes so long to travel across it that it looks a lot bigger than it would be. I think as the crow flies, it's a pretty small level. I also have no idea if this is the only level. I'll also say that it's a playtest, right? Like, I mean, demos are one thing. Demos are, here's the game, here's a slice of the game, check it out. Playtest is the game's in a certain level of development, and they want help with feedback. So I have no problem. You want to be critical with the playtest, but you also don't want to pass judgment necessarily. I have Austin Powers myself here. A lot of people will get that, and a lot of people won't. I may be fucked. Somehow I found a way to wedge myself. You know, surprisingly, pushing my W key really hard doesn't make me get up this any better. Okay, I think I'm alright. I'm burning through the gas. I love the effects of the sky, the color of the sky. Oh, I forgot I have a light. I have a flashlight. Or by that I mean a headlight. Oh no, another huge man. Can't tell if he's just back there. He's back there. I just can't tell if he's coming for me. He's just cock blocking me no matter where I go, this big fucker. And your mobility is just so... You're so limited in speed and like this. I'm only I'm 22 minutes in, and the only critique that I have so far is that I feel like the truck should have a little bit better mobility. I get what they're going for, the slow crawling over the rocks and stuff, but it seems like the truck is ill-equipped to take on this terrain. Let's check this out. We've received a shipment of the new Mark II nav spires. Guys from Furwick Dornfeld assured us that with the new warning system, they should last us at least a couple of years in the field, which means they are finally ready to begin augmenting our navigation infrastructure with nav spire grid. You're given the honor of placing the first spire at the crossroads between Outpost 2, Dig Site Echo 7, and Transport Hub 01. So as far as I know, this entire area right here is patrolled by... In fact, all the way... This entire area seems to be patrolled by Mr. Bones. And this is not a dissimilar route. This looks like the exact same route. I think the crash site was here, and I was close to it. Let's take a look where the crash site is. That's the lake. No, maybe it wasn't. Are those the same lakes? They are. So I need to go here, get to the halfway point of the lake, and cut up to the left, and then go east, or go west. I'll try it. Oh wait, yeah, okay. And again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but it's a playtest, so I just want to be clear that I want to be critical of the game. This game's cool, and I look at making a review for me, a long-form review especially, with a playtest, is I'm taking on the responsibility when I play a playtest and putting it on the internet of being critical and telling them what I really think. I'm treating it like a playtest. It's also a review, but it's a playtest. There's developers making this game, and they want input. I'm going to give them my input. I believe these guys even have a survey that allows you to link your video if you have it on video. So I treat it like a playtest. I'm gonna be critical. I'm gonna say what I mean. That's where I need to be. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Okay. I'm gonna be critical, and I'm all over the fucking place here. I'm gonna say what I mean, all with the caveat that it is a playtest, but I need to be honest with my feedback, or I'm doing them a disservice as a reviewer, as a playtest player. Okay, so I still need to go to about here and then cut up and around. I have a feeling I'm gonna bump into the old Mr. Bones. I tried to get up there my very first playthrough, up into the water, and it did not work. So I'm going to get over here and maybe climb. I predict that I'm going to run into that big cocksucker again, and she's going to be all she wrote. Pardon my French. I'm from the east coast of Canada. The Trailer Park Boys are not far from here. We all curse. Most of us have a potty mouth. And I'm not out here to pretend I'm somebody different, so you're going to hear colorful language on my channel. That's just the nature of things. David Suzuki. Yeah, like I barely moved and I'm halfway to where I'm going. I'd like to get up this. I think it'd be very cool if I could climb up this. I feel like I can't. So, like, one of my critiques is, again, like, I'd like to be able to have more mobility out of this truck. I think it'd be way cooler if I could scale that cliff. Now, maybe there's upgrades. Maybe there's different trucks. This looks like a thing. So I don't want to pass too much judgment, because who knows what the future holds of this game. But it would be cooler, I think, if I could. Oh wait, the car's moving. Did I not park it? In park. Anyway, I'm gonna grab this thing real quick and run back. Anchor teardrop. Yeah, I mean, the game's whole thing is driving, so I feel like driving should be dialed. I like the graphic style. I like the big creatures roaming around, even though I've only seen the one. I think that, especially given the graphic style, they've done a lot to make this game interesting. Now, there's an eye thing happening. I better get out and take a look, right? That seems like a smart thing to do. It's a double helix. I'm also wondering if my light would give me away. Okay, so straight ahead is where I'm going. I'm also pumped to see the stuff's not rolling out of my truck. I'm wondering if leading that big creature away might be part of the deal. Like maybe you're supposed to kind of get him tethered onto you. Oh yeah. Error 66 meters. So if we look where I'm appearing, I don't know how much a meter is on this scale. Let's line it up with the nav tower. Take a look at the nav tower. So that's perfectly east of me. So that appears to be my location. So I go south. I go south is where I'm going. Doing good on gas. Yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe I'm supposed to get the guy on me, the bone guy, drag him somewhere else, and then peace out. Also wondering if you'll see my light. That's one thing with horror games. I played a lot of State of Decay, one of my favorite games, a zombie game, and in that game you're constantly. I'm in the nav spire placement, so okay, one sec. You can deploy nav spires to create permanent markers to help you with navigation. To deploy a nav spire, take the assembly kit, place it on the ground, and activate it by holding E. Maintain and expand your nav spire grid to ensure a reliable navigation through the island. Okay, so. Okay. What I was gonna say is in that game, there's zombies everywhere. You're hiding from them. You're creeping around at night a lot of the time. But you have a flashlight and they can't see the light. And it always seemed it would have been a good horror element to have them be able to see the light and react to it and have to hide in the dark and turn your flashlight off. I think that would have been cool. Instead of the flashlight being something that gives you a sense of security, it should also be something that gives you that can give your position away. Is that my base? Oh, I think it is. Now let's see if this thing goes down cliffs as good as it goes, as shittily as it goes up them. We're an all-wheel drive. We're good on gas. I'm going to stay next to these patches of ground because they seem like they're in less deep water. That's logical. I don't see the big fella. I feel like we're making progress. Is anybody still watching? Are you still there? Are you interested in this game? How do you feel? Tell me whatever you like. Comments. Engage. Like, subscribe. That type of shit. Especially if you want to watch me lift weights and lose weight and row and do all that type of shit. I have a huge gym behind me. I've been building it for years. Half of my basement is a gym. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to start streaming. I hope some of you people that are watching this come by and check it out. Also, I have to not forget to fuel. I guess it's nighttime, that's why I can't see as well. Hey, big bro. Same please, you said before. I took a second and I looked on YouTube. If you like this game and you were listening to what I said before, go on YouTube, look up Local 58 in order. There's 8 videos. They're only little short ones. They're 2 or 3 minutes. Some of them are 4 minutes. And they're just this, I don't want to ruin it for you. It's an analog horror series. It's on YouTube. It's very much like this game. Just check it out. It's called In Order because there's 8 videos and it's got them all in order. The deployment test was a success. Now you will be able to request additional nav spires in the supplies menu at the outpost terminal. Expand the grid to ensure reliable navigation through the island. Throughout the island. So those ones are done. Autonomous transport web. Okay, so that's the one I was doing before. I'm going to go right by the water. Across the rock face. Loop down around whatever this is, and then head west, northwest, and then south-southeast, south-southwest. Let's try it. And that's the bird box. I'm going to save that one for last. We're going to do these one at a time. In fact, I might sleep to bring the daytime up. I think sleep until morning. Let's do that. That way we'll have a whole fresh day ahead of us with lots of light. Maybe we'll get to see a little of the sunrise. I left my lights on. We're going to fuel up the whip. I'm not sure what to do with that bulb in the back. Vehicle refueled. Okay, a lot easier to see now. going to shut my light off. Sorry, I was hitting my light. That's why I'm shitty at driving right now. Yeah, like just crossing, going up the grass there, like I could take my Honda over that. I find they just embellish the difficulty of some of these trains a little too much. It's pretty much like if you're not on flat grass, you need to be all-wheel drive, low gear. And I'd like a system that, like low gear, all-wheel drive, low gear should be more of a specialized thing for crawling up things. It shouldn't be like your modus operandi the whole time you're playing here. Now, am I going to run into that big crusty dickhead? That's where I'm going. Skirt by the water. I'm wondering if I should just go downhill here and try to get through all these trees and then go turn west at the bottom. I'm going to try that. I know I laid out a little navigational plan there earlier, but I don't remember any of it. Or at least I don't remember the specifics. Again, it's a playtest, so I'm hoping, but I am hoping that there's more. Obviously, there's going to be more than one creature, and he's going to be in more than one place. But I'd like to see some more of that. Let's see more things out here, and maybe the ability to. I mean, it might not be the type of game where you can fight stuff off, which is fine. Like, you know, maybe I'm dealing with stuff that you can't really defeat in conventional manner. But having a gun would be cool too. That looks like a boat on the deep blue sea. So that's the edge of the map, is what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm going to try to skirt. Now, something cool, creepy in the water would be dope. Goes to show you don't need crazy graphics to make good atmosphere. I know that I'm yapping over this, so a lot of it's probably lost on you. But I find the atmosphere to be very, very cool, very creepy. I'm in all-wheel drive. I'd love to be able to just climb a little better, man. Now I know there's a winch, but they didn't cover it in the. Let me see if. Hold on. Parking brake. Not giving me. It's not giving me the ability to use the winch. I don't think. I saw it in the stuff on YouTube or on Steam, but it wasn't in the tutorial. Okay, that's not the way to go. I'm just going to skirt the bottom. This is the bottom here. I think it's also an ambitious game because the physics of games like MudRunners. There's a few other titles that are similar. I can't think of them right now. One of them's maybe Snow Runners. They're very ambitious games. Even the fact that you'll notice that the ground deforms under my tires, but that's not a small feat, especially for a game with these type of graphics. It's hard to define these graphics, actually. It's kind of a mixed bag because the weird analog filters over them, or CRT, I don't know whatever you want to call them, have a distorting effect that kind of makes it hard to define what the graphical style is for me. I feel like I'm at least far away from where that big guy was before. So I'm hoping to avoid him on this route. But I definitely think this has the bones of a great game, pardon my pun. Because if the stage was bigger and you had obviously had more missions and a little more mobility, I think this could be a fun game. I think it's a pretty specific genre though. But that's the cool thing about these indie games, man. Sometimes you have a developer or two make a game and it just pops off, and you get to see someone's hard work really pay off. I'm wondering if I can, may as well pop out here, eh? And see if there's anything to be seen in here. They'll let me in. Elevator maintenance, internal elevator. So is this telling me if I wanted to come in here, maybe I could come at 1600 and the elevator will be being maintained? Yellow weather warning. Cargo elevator. Okay. Good to know. I'm also wondering what my options are when I am attacked by the big bone guy. Is it just run away? Also, I noticed that unless I take a very efficient route, I'm going to run out of gas before I get to return home, even if I complete this mission. Oh wait, that is where I'm going. Did I forget the cargo? I think I did. I think I forgot my cargo. What mission am I on here? How do I look at it? Okay, so that's a bit of exposition. I think I left the cargo home. I am a big doughhead. And I'm gonna have to go get the cargo, start this mission over, or like go refuel, get the cargo and come back. Well, at least I know a pretty good route. Now, if you're watching this far and you're watching this demo, give me some feedback on this, right? Would you rather me drive the whole way back, keep chatting, giving you my points of view, and do this mission organically so you get to watch the long form content of this review, or would you rather me just edit ahead? Because I'm new to this reviewing thing and making videos. I've only been doing this for a month, and I love it. I really enjoy it, especially getting out of my comfort zone and trying all these new games. But I also struggle sometimes with like, how much should I edit in and out? Obviously there's a place where, you know, I could play this for 2 hours, edit it down into a 10-minute review. I think that's cool. I'd like to do that. I think if I had a little more time I would do that. But I also see a place where I just do a long review like this and let the chips fall where they may. And also, what are your thoughts on timestamps? Because in my mind, I made a lot of videos. I made a couple of videos that were really long, and I just figured, hey, people will skip in. They see me doing a tutorial, they'll skip in a little bit, and get by the tutorial if it's boring. But it seems like my analytics is pointing to people... Ooh, something's up there. Pointing to people just leaving at 3 minutes or 4 minutes sometimes. And I'm wondering if that's because it's there's no timestamps. I'm wondering if there were timestamps, would people stick around longer? Yeah, I turned all-wheel drive off because I'm almost out of fuel. Thought there was some weird creature up here, but I think it was just bushes. I'm going to try to straight line it as much as I can for the sake of fuel. Stay out of low range and all-wheel drive because they eat more fuel too. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind letting me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. Anybody that's still watching the Prospice review, that'd be great. Because I want to make content. If you're watching this right now, I'm making the content for you. And I'd rather make content that you want to see. That makes sense. Yeah, there's my cargo. Try not to split the atom, eh? Leave all the cargo on deck. I'll fill up, I'll grab my cargo, I'll fill the gas, and we'll do that again. The good news is it's a quick trip. Like, look how quick I got home. It's like a stone's throw from where I'm going. I might as well leave this thing here. Considering I don't know what the hell it does. I probably should have stuck it in that rack of ribs I found, that double helix. Oh my god. Oh, I'm in reverse. Parking brake on. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what the dev team is on this game, but I'm proud of them. If you're watching this, I'm proud of you for making this. I think you've done a lot with, you really squeezed out a lot of cool elements with the technology that you've got in this game. And I think it's dope. And again, it's like, shouldn't be understated how I would think that like a driving game of this caliber with the going through deep water and having the mud deform around your tires and stuff like that is not a trivial I wouldn't imagine it to be a trivial game mechanic. Oh, I can't see. There we go. Now I noticed when I first got in the car, this is a question for the devs. I first got in the car, it was first person, and I was looking around the car. I'm wondering, actually, maybe I should check the controls on that. Change camera V. Oh, I can go for a person. No, that is cool. That is cool. So I need to go all the way back here. What's the preference at home? I'm gonna check out first person for a little while. Actually, let me check one other thing. I saw that the winch was the T. Oh, so the winch is available. And then if I get in the truck and I hold T, Alright, that's cool. That's even cooler than cool. Ice cold. I like that. I like that a lot. And then the winch is just back. Quick and easy. Lemon squeezy. I really like that. I'm going to try first person for a few minutes here just to check the OR. I like it so far. Smack you back and you deal with a deep scar. Anyone get that one? Anyway, let's get the crowd going here. Get back to where we were. Now, I don't know how I fucked it up. Is that the winch still connected? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. That's my antenna. I was hearing noises there. I'm going to test this out for a few minutes. I feel like third person probably... Oh no. Third person probably makes more sense for the game style. But, first person's cool too. First person's probably better for realism, if that's what you're after. It might sound funny in a game like this, but might let you get absorbed into it a little better. Oh, my park brake was on. There we go. Look, I'm going back home, apparently. Look, I did a shit job of this. Because I just wasted gas and shit the bed there, like, screwing around with my winch there threw me off. So I'm going to top myself off on gas just because you use so much of it. Here's something else I've noticed, okay? So, right now when I'm in reverse, I actually have to press forward to use reverse. Sometimes when I press down, it'll let me reverse, but sometimes it won't. I'm not sure why. Okay, let me get out real quick. Hit the fuel. Alright, and we're going to bang back to where we were going. And right now I'm holding down and it's letting me reverse. It didn't let me do that before. So I need to go... I'm just going to drive south to the coast and then go around that thing we were in before. The other thing about being in here... Oh yeah, there. See at the top there, on the top left, that's my direction. So I'm in low gear. Yeah, you get caught up super easy. I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure if it's the clearance of the truck, like physically getting hooked on a rock, or if it's like a friction thing with the tires where they're just not getting purchase. But the climbing over rocks and stuff could feel a lot better. Like I don't even think I could climb up that right there to my left, and I feel like that should be no problem for this truck. Again, it's a playtest, so I don't want to be critical, I don't want to be judgmental. But the entire game is driving, and the driving on difficult terrain is lacking a little bit, a little too much for a game that's entirely driving. Still going toward the coast. This is the route I took last time. I'm going to go around this big hill, drop off the cargo, and maybe eat lunch. Have a plowman's board with some cheese and some pastrami and stuff out here. Then get back on the road. Maybe I wouldn't mind a baguette, or maybe a thermos full of coffee. that my springs, my shocks, just kind of getting juiced? Or is it my cargo sliding around the back? Or is it a huge creature about to devour me from the back? I don't know. Has anybody gone from being not interested in this game to wanting to play it? Through my review? It's crazy if you have. I've got I'm not sure when Gears of War Emergence Day comes out. I remember playing Gears of War growing up. They were huge games back in the day. And Emergence Day is, I believe it's a prequel, and it's like the day that the aliens first attack. What are they called? The Locusts. So that is, that's going to be pretty cool. I have that on Game Pass, so that review will be the whole game, really, I hope. Probably play through the storyline. Maybe get online, take some heads, chainsaw some people. Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2 online back in the day. Chef's kiss. The violence. The gore. The chainsaw to the chest. The viscera. I really enjoyed it. I'm saying I'm still down there. Super far. I see a light to the north, but I'm not sure if that's where I'm going or if that's the one of those towers, but it's definitely up here somewhere. I am going to go back to this view. I don't remember if I was spitting that much exhaust before. I really like the truck. I really like the way that you can see it rocking around on the shocks. I'm going to have to try to remember to get out and use the winch at some point. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, where am I at here? 130 meters. Last successful ping 2 minutes ago. Why? It's got a huge margin of error. The tower over there. I can understand now why they want those nav towers. I'm going to say that they just reduce your margin of error when you're near them. I feel like I should be already back to this place because I was about, it's just under half a tank, I think, when I got there last time, but holy dog shit, it's telling me I'm all the way up there. But it can't be trusted because of the errors. I believe it though to an extent. There's another one of those balls. I may as well grab that while I'm here. Haven't seen any giant skeletons. Yeah, I think it'd be cooler to have some adversity out here that wasn't just like, oh, that thing saw me, I'm dead now. That's not going to stay, is it? Maybe it will. We'll see. I don't really care about it. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, it seems like there's either nothing out here or there's a big skeleton that if I see it, then it's seen me and I'm pretty much already dead. And the driving is so, the margin of error is so small that if you do anything wrong, he's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. I don't know where I am. But that's the adventure, you know? If I just drop the gear off and that's all she wrote, where's the fun in that? I'm supposed to be getting lost out here. I'm in flavor country. I have a feeling I'm going to run into that big dopey dick licker any second. Oh, high gear. There, we're kicking it. Oh, hell no. What's up, dog? There it is. Now, you know, it'd be cool if this was, if they could proceed. Oh, hold on. To complete the delivery, manually transfer the cargo from your truck bed to the loading bay. Press E to pick up cargo. Yeah. Once all cargo has been moved to the unloading area, interact with the outpost terminal to complete the mission. Got it. Yeah, I was going to say, it'd be cool if you could take a game like this and have the actual map change. Like, move my home base. How crazy would that be if they moved my home base on me? With procedural generation. But anyway. I want to see what happens if I put this thing down there. I don't need it. I may as well send him down the shaft. Here, boys, give her. Great job. You're goddamn right. Oh, they didn't want it either. What time of day is it here? Well, I've got one mission left. Go to the helicopter crash site. I'd be remiss if I didn't at least do that. I'm going back. I don't have a lot of fuel, so I'm going to do the same thing. Go back to the coast. Ride the coast. I'll be back home any minute. I know. If you watch all my reviews, then you've heard me say a lot of the same things, but I'll say it here again. I've been a gamer for so long, and my entire life I've been accumulating games that I want to play. And then, you know, like even as a kid, you know, I got my eye on Nintendo games, NES games, I want to play them. But I'm playing all these other games. Maybe they don't have them locally. Maybe I just can't afford them, or I don't get them for my birthday, or they're not available to rent. And then other games come out, and I play those games, and then the SNES comes out, and I don't look back, and there's probably a bunch of NES games I never played, and, you know, there's still games that I'd like to play one day. Well, that same thing happens over all the decades and eras and console generations. Like, there's still SNES games, and Genesis games, and PlayStation games that I haven't played yet. Along with even the consoles that I've never owned. There's probably a bunch of Dreamcast games I would play. And right now, I'm in the same boat. There's games from 8 years ago I wanted to play, never played them. Maybe some of them are dated. Maybe I'd go back and play some of them. But either way, what I'm getting at here is that there's lots of competition. And when it comes to a game like this, I think there's a lot of cool elements about this game. But really the fundamental issue with me and this game is this game's got a lot of competition. There's a lot of games that I want to play, and this one might not end up on the top of the pile, and it's not because it's a bad game. It's just competition. I often say, like, you could take all my favorite games and the next 200 games that I want to play and delete them off the planet, and it won't matter. That vacuum will immediately be filled with more games that I'll play. I've been gaming since I could hold a joystick on the Atari 5600, the VIC-20, the Commodore 64, ColecoVision. I don't plan on stopping soon, so you may as well like and subscribe. Get on board if you're into that type of shit. And whether you want to watch me try to turn my life around and watch me transform my body with fitness and gaming and watch me grow this channel, or if you want to watch me fail and you don't think I can do it, either way, subscribe and watch and see what the hell happens. But I ain't going anywhere. Man, I haven't even started streaming yet. I haven't even done my hard launch for the channel. I'm going to launch through Facebook, and I got a promo I'm working on for the channel that'll really, hopefully, will set people abuzz. That's the hope, anyway. We'll see. All right, I'm going to sleep one more time, so I'm not getting killed by the robot or the skeleton guy again. And we're going to try for this this black box, this crashed helicopter. Unmarked helicopter, I might add. Hello, sir. I'm doing just fucking whimsical. A crystalline sphere of concentrated ichor, 50 to 30 centimeters in diameter. The soil on the island is highly saturated with ichor, and when certain conditions are met, the ichor particles within the surrounding soil begin converging toward localized points, slowly growing into a solidified sphere. The exact mechanism of formation is still unknown, although it seems like the Earth itself rejects the material, making it float slightly above the ground. Ichor is a valuable resource, highly sought after by Project Crimson Aurora. I noticed that the Aurora Borealis is also crimson. I'm going to do this one first. I don't know how many are in the playtest. I'm going to assume we're nearly near the end. I'm going to save the black box till the end and do the dig site. We've just received a transmission from our boys at the dig site Echo 7. They've unearthed an intact Homo auroralis fossil in almost perfect condition. We need to transport it back here for further study. It's a rare find, so handle it with care. I'll do that. Okay, and then the black box is the last one we haven't taken yet. That one seemed like the simplest one. Just a hop, skip, and a jump up the road, but Mr. Skeledick just keeps getting me before I get there. Oh, that's your big boy. I'm going to drive north to the nav tower. Yeah, I'm going to get... I'm going to try to just go straight line to that nav tower as much as I can. Not the one, not the spire, but the tower. Put it in reverse there by mistake. I'm hoping I can get fuel up there, because it looks like a long drive. Yeah, you gotta have the all-wheel drive, man. It's like you can barely go anywhere without the all-wheel drive. I'll tell you, it might go against the spirit of the game, but I'd love to be able to shoot this winch out rather than get out and have to physically walk up. And it's not even like a laziness thing. I just feel like when you put it in park, the car slips. Is it raining? It's raining. Probably not a rain that I would want to be affected by. Odin. Okay, there we go. All-wheel drive. Disengaged. Yep, something's certainly going on there. Now at the bottom there's like a bar that builds. The part of the game I forgot to record, it happened then too. Where as I was around the big dead body. I wish I could show you. I was going to start over, but the game didn't give me an option. It only gave me a continue option. That's why I never went back and did that. But that eyeball looking thing was opening. It's kind of like the eye in like Skyrim when you're sneaking and you're getting detected. Oh, I gotta get all-wheel drive again. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, we're actually not far at all. Everything looks way farther than it is when you're looking on the map. Assuming that I'm actually where they said I was. Oh yeah, I can see Mr. Bones up ahead, a big, even bigger Mr. Bones. He could even be Dr. Bones. I don't know what his education is like. Could be insulting him. Yeah, that's about what I saw before. This one looks bigger, I think. There we go. He's been here a while. Yeah, like what's this eye thing? I'm gonna find out soon. Okay. Life pattern fracture. It was almost like a radiation. If you've ever seen footage of Chernobyl, that's what it looks like when you get high radiation. It starts to flicker. Well. Try this again. It's so hard to get a good lay of the land and determine what route I should be taking. I don't want to take these slow, arduous routes. It's just that I've encountered that skeleton guy so many times that I don't want to just drive anywhere over there and have him gank me again. Because he gonna get you. I'm gonna grab that other Iker. So I noticed they gave experience. I don't know if there's any thing I can do with my experience as of yet. You'd think I'd have enough for a level at this point, but I'm wondering what you buy with it. Is it stuff for my character? Is it the truck? The driving can be really frustrating. It's not just it's not just slightly annoying. It's like, ever dream where you're trying to run and you can't run? I have those dreams sometimes, and it's like I'm trying to move and the body won't move. And it's frustrating, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what's going on here. Sometimes it's like, I just want to crawl, man. You give me a truck, a rock crawling truck. I just want to climb rocks with it. And it's like, the worst thing that it performs at is climbing rocks. The way that duct tape performs terribly at blocking airflow. My God in heaven. I mean, maybe I'm just used to Skyrimming it and going straight and climbing up everything. But I'm mostly just trying to avoid getting killed. This is where I drove through before with the spaghetti spiral thing. It's like there's almost no point in having a regular driving mode or a non-all-wheel drive mode. Not with the way the map's set up. What is this thing? That's the thing I put out here, isn't it? That's my nav spire, yeah, okay. Oh, do you know what happened? I didn't start the mission. I didn't start the mission, so I've got nowhere to go. That's kind of frustrating, considering how goddamn long it takes to do anything. And like, if I could park the truck, get out and put the winch up, and then have it drag me up a hill, that'd be dope. But I feel like the truck would slip down the hill before I was able to really do that. That's what I think would happen. And it might not be what happens, but it did. The truck did slide, even with the parking brake on. Before, it was sliding all over the place. I also don't know if I can attach the winch to rocks or dirt or anything. You know, it might just be trees. I'm gonna fuel up, start the mission, and at some point in my travel onto the next spot, oh god, I will attempt to use the winch. I'm wondering how close I have to be to the gas tank to fill it up. Okay. I wonder what that noise is also. Thank you sincerely for taking part in this playtest. It means a lot to me. I hope you'll enjoy exploring the world I've been making. As it's an early development build, it will most likely contain bugs, placeholder content, and will miss quite a few core systems and features. If you want to report a bug, need help of any kind, or just want to share your thoughts, you're always welcome to join our Discord server, a link to which can be found in the pause and main menus. Happy testing, Pathfinder. Now, he said it means a lot to me, he or she, whoever made this game. So that makes me think it's a one person operation, and I'm even more supportive of this person, and this dev team or whatever's going on over there. I think this is really cool. You've done a lot with this. I hope you're listening to this. I hope you keep blazing the path forward. I think this game will be a success, and that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but I think you've got a hit on your hands, at least for the people that are into this content. And I hope you don't take any criticisms to heart, because it's fun at the end of the day. I'd like to help you. It's a playtest. I want to help you make a better game. I want to help you make the game that you want to make and that people want to play. I think you've done, especially if you're only one person, like, I think you did a crazy good job already, considering it's not just driving around. The fact that the ground deforms, I mean, maybe you're just kind of like, you know, I don't know, I don't know much about game development, but it's pretty cool is what I'm getting at. And if you do happen to watch this, put a comment in the video, and if you have any thoughts to share, and I will I'll respond, and I'll come back and I'll revisit the game if you do a demo, or if you do another playtest, or any time when the game's farther along. I'd be happy to check it out again and do another review. Oh man, let me up here. All right, now this is a good time to try the winch, isn't it? Sometimes I forget how good the oh, I see. I'm running. See the winch length? Now, can I just attach it to the ground? Now, can I use the winch? Okay, here's something I'm noticing, right? I'd love to be able to use the winch right now without having to get into the truck. Maybe that's something that you have planned, or maybe that's something for when you level up. That you'll be able to do? What happened? I feel like the winch... Hold on. My winch went away. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I'm in the car, parking brake's off, I'm driving forward, and I'm pressing the winch button. Yes! Now, can I unattach the winch? Well, I'm not sure if that was me doing that or if it just happened, but it's unattached. I was gonna say that I've spent so much time in the truck, sometimes I forget how cool the game looks when you're outside of it. I really like the art style of this game. So I'm south of the dig site. I pretty much just have to go north, and I'm good to go. How do you feel at home? Do you like the graphic style? Do you like the... I'm not exactly sure if this is the right... I call it analog horror because it reminds me so much of the of that video I was talking about on YouTube, of that series, Local 58. But that I might be using that term incorrectly. But whatever this is, I like it. Now the music's doing something different. Should be closing in on the... Okay. All-wheel drive going. The music makes me think that there's something on me that I don't see. I'm gonna grab this fella. Still looking for that giant skeleton dude, right? I feel like I should see him by now. I'm not going to drive up inside his ribcage this time, I can tell you that. Are these my tire tracks from before? See, this whole margin of error thing... Hold on, that's the thing that I made. And that's the tower, hold on. That's my nav spire. So this is where I am. That's the tower. So the dig site's to the north. I heard something again. Something creepy. Something spooky. What am I missing here? Folks, the folks at home? Okay, there he is. There's the big dickhead again. There's the rain. Always running out of fuel. So they said that there was a sample from this thing that needed to be taken. Now, last time there was one of these things, there was like a team of the guys in the white suits, and they had the sample ready for me. But with this margin of error thing, I know it looks like I might not know where I'm going, and I don't. It's because you'll see up here there's a 279 meter range of error. That's why it keeps moving my position. Pick up the fossil. Half mast on fuel with 48%. I don't know how close they want me to get where this fossil is. Maybe this high ground will give me a little intel. Oh man, just let me climb a little better. That's all I really ask. Just give it, maybe like put chains on the tires or like leveling up the truck. Like I hope you can level up the truck. I hope that's what the experience is. I think that'd be really cool. Maybe shoot out the winch. Maybe be able to have a remote control winch so I could like winch it up while I'm out of the truck. If I don't have one that I can shoot. A little better climbing on the truck. Alright, so where's the sample? I got his hand last time. It's the fuel that I'm worried about now. But if I lose, I'll just start over. If I run out of fuel, I'm going to assume it just starts over. Dig site, pick up, fossil. So I can't get too far because the poison, the eye thing starts to get bright, and when it gets full I die. What sample am I missing? I'm gonna get out. This way I'm not burning gas. And I'll know for the next time. I don't want to get too far away, because, I mean, it should be right here. I'll check out his pelvis. Okay, so it's going up, not just from getting closer to a certain point, but just once I get to him, it starts going up. Oh yeah, she's all blurry now. Turn back. Such as no GPS. Turn back. No GPS. Is this that I'm getting too far from my truck? The signal that I'm getting in the bottom, is that what I'm after? The signal bottom right? 2, 3, 4. Is that because I got close to the sample? Because I got close to my truck? Maybe I'm only allowed to get so far from my truck. Okay, I don't want to get... Not going down again. There it goes. It's going to tell me to turn back if I get far away from my truck. Yeah, turn back. I'm going to try getting far away from my truck, but in a place that I've been in already. I'll go over here. Turn back. Okay, so they really don't want me to be away from my truck, which is fine. That's good to know. So I know that that's where they want me to be. I'm really lost as to where this sample is, though. I wish I knew what to do here. I feel like I'm wasting everybody's time by not knowing where I'm at. I don't want... I mean, obviously you want to watch... If you're here, you want to watch the game and get an understanding for the game, but you also don't want me to watch me not know what the hell I'm doing for an hour. I'll tell you what. I'm going to run out of fuel. I'd like to do the black box. And this could very well be a bug. Maybe the sample's not here. I mean, I didn't do a completely exhaustive search for whatever this sample is, but I think I've done enough due diligence, especially with the margin of error on the map, that I don't really feel like wasting any more time trying to do this part of the mission. So I'm going to see what happens when you run out of fuel. I'm going to assume I die out here. Especially because I couldn't walk home anyway. Even if I could get fuel, the game won't let me get far from the truck, so it's not like I could just walk home. That was me turning the engine off. I'm not sure why it went to first view. Not sure what's happening. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, parking brake's off. Am I just bingo fuel? It won't even let me press V to get back to the other view. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. We don't know what's happening, folks. I don't know what's happening. Am I just out of fuel? Is that what's happening? Well, let's see what happens if I just run away from the truck and go and keep going. I bet it'll just kill me. More and more pixely. Signal lost. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to do that one again. I am going to do one last mission and try to do the black box, which on paper looks like the easiest one. I'm going to sleep till the morning with 7, 9 in the morning time so that I don't have to contend with driving around that big skeleton dickhead at night. Do this one more shot, then we'll wrap it up. And if you're still here, dear viewer, give me your feedback. Do you like this type of video? Do you like this type of game? Black box. Unearth an attack skeleton. I feel like there must have been another skeleton up there that was not the big skeleton that they're talking about. Can't have been the big skeleton, right? Alright, I'm going to the other side of the water. And then I'm going north. Alright. We're going to round this lake. We'll turn north. And we'll try to avoid that big skeleton mess. On low gear, all-wheel drive. I just feel like the skeleton's gatekeeping the black box. And he doesn't seem to have any counterplay except to avoid him. And every time, I've taken 3 different routes to get up here, and he gets me. Every time. Come on, baby. But for a single developer, like, yeah, this game is, it's quite impressive. I'm wondering, I was going to say I'm wondering if they use AI at all. Now, asking if someone used AI in the creation of something is a loaded question. Do you mean, are there AI assets in the game? Do you mean, did they use AI to do research, or to do coding, or to create assets in I believe this was Unity. So like I see now you can develop assets in Unity by prompting them. So back in the day you'd have to go in there and design a wheel, a tire, a sword. Now you can prompt it into existence, and then you can prompt changes. You could say make the tire knobbier. You could change the rims. You could do it anything you want. You could do through an AI prompt. So when someone says, "Hey, was AI used in the development of this game?" Like, it's such a loaded question that it almost loses meaning, and people need to be more specific. Like in my channel, if I have a game of me playing PUBG, The whole game is me playing PUBG, and then exercising. But I have to say that I used AI because AI helped me with my logo design. So the music in my channel is made with AI music generator, Suno. I have different music in every single video that I make that's a gaming video. It's not a review. I can't afford to hide. I'm one guy making this channel. I can't afford to hire someone to make my music or to animate my logo. But I'm not making content that's AI. I'm not I'm not using an AI voiceover. Anything like that. Okay, I'm in range of my objective. That's the truck. Press 1 to equip the radio frequency scanner tool. RF scanner allows you to detect artifacts, anomalies, and sometimes some man-made hardware. We'll get audio and visual feedback from the device if an object of interest is within its active range and detector is pointed towards it. There's a spelling mistake there, devs. If you could see that, within, you have this withing. Just let you know. Press 1, okay. It's got to be close because I can't even go far from the truck. Okay. Helicopter. The flight recorder, the black box. They said it was going to be black. They lied. I can't believe how easy it was this time because I failed at this like 3 or 4 times in a row. Perfect. Why don't they just make the whole plane out of the black box? Yeah. You know, even if the old skeleton dick comes around, I might be able to get away from him. Now that it's all downhill, it's daylight, and I just have to leave and not circle back or anything. Also, am I just taking this back to my base? Yeah, okay. Seems like the way to go is to go on the low ground that's flat and go around all the big obstacles and spend as little time as you can crawling over things, which kind of seems counterintuitive, and it also seems not as fun. I'd rather be climbing over that stuff, but it seems like this vehicle is ill-equipped to do so in its current state. But I also am sure that the devs know this, making the game about driving, so imagine they spent a lot of time dialing in the driving, even if it might not feel like that. I also have no idea when this game comes out, how much it'll be, what phase of the playtest they're in, if there's a demo coming. I don't know any of that stuff. I'll take a look at the Steam page one more time before I close this review. See if there's anything I missed. I'll mention the devs. I'm also wondering if that skeleton guy might only come at night. I never made that connection until right now. But maybe, I'm pretty sure every time I encountered him it was in the nighttime. Now, if the Oregon Trail has taught me anything, it's almost never ford a river. I'm going to go around. You do not know how many times my entire party has drowned while trying to ford that goddamn river. Let alone the snake bite, the cholera, the dysentery. We're on the home stretch, I dare say. We're going to do it. We're actually doing it. And I will say, now that we did this, I'm going to try one more time to go to the giant skeleton and see if there's one more thing that I missed, because the way that I read it last time, they said to bring the sample here, like they wanted the whole sample. So I figured there's another skeleton back there that's not a giant one. I think that was kind of like a red herring. I think there's another skeleton that... Great job. Unearthed an intact Homo auroralis fossil in perfect condition. We need to transport here for further study. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to take the left exit and try to do this one more time. And if you don't want to watch that and you shut the video off right now, I completely understand. I will not hold it against you, but I've come so far, I feel like I'd be remiss to not try it one more time. I really like, again, I appreciate the dev that's making this game, and I want to help them out as much as I can. And I think that doing this would help, could possibly help. So I'm going to go do it one more time. If it doesn't work, I'll step into the giant skeleton and I'll accept my fate. While I'm on the subject, are there any other games that are similar to this, or that are similar to this, firstly, and you want to let me know about them? That'd be great. And also, what do you consider this genre to be? Obviously, there's like a delivery genre is a thing in itself. Is this considered analog horror? Is it considered liminal horror? Is it considered horror at all? I think you'd have to call it one form of horror. I'd also really like to know if the dev happens to watch this video and happens to make a comment. Operate the winch, exit your vehicle, interact with the winch spool. This is a weird time for it to come out. I guess that's why they gave me this route. Equip the winch anchor and press E while aiming at the ground. Okay, so it's specifically for the ground. The LED strip indicates how stable the attachment point is. To retrieve the anchor, pick it up and return it to the spool. Once it's secured, you can activate the winch motor while inside your vehicle by holding T. Honestly, think I can get over this without the winch. I will say that even though I've complained about the driving a little bit, the logic of the wheels surface area contact makes sense. Like when I turn the wheel and I'm kind of trying to make it grip onto a rock a little better, I can see that it's gripping the rock, and it's intuitive is what I'm getting at. The way that it would be in real life if you're trying to make your wheel touch something a little better. So there's a crossroads here. You don't need to go that way. I'm going to keep going north. Effectively following this. Well, I was going to follow the road, but it goes over there. There's the marker I made. Now, I was saying something, but I say a lot of things and then I forget them. Delivery truck genre, horror genre. There's the rain. Oh, I was going to ask the dev, if you're watching this, can you tell me a little bit more about what the experience system does? What do I get from experience? Do I upgrade my person? Do I get better items? Can I upgrade the truck? Where's the skeleton man? Is he coming to get me? Is he coming to get me? Oh wait, what's this? Is this the dig site? I can't pick that up. This looks like a dig site. That looks like a fossil. Yeah, okay. That other big skeleton just threw me off, man. It looked like it was the, I thought I was getting the foot or the hand off that thing. The way that I got the very first mission was a hand of one of those things. Alright, we're off to the races now. We're flying. Yeah, I'd just like to know a little more about what the experience gets me. And what the role RPG or role-playing game aspect of it gets me in terms of what I unlock with time. Am I going the right way? I don't think this is the way that I took. But, oh yeah, we're getting there. See, there's roads. There's technically these roads, which I, admittedly, now that I'm looking back, I was not utilizing the roads as much as I should. I was really I was kind of trying to explore the off-road elements a little more. But the roads are helpful. And maybe people are watching this saying, "You big idiot, use the roads." It's possible. But as I've always said, a fool who persists in his folly will become wise. Good work, good job. I'm also wondering, are there going to be customized options for the vehicles? Can I paint the truck or give it different shapes? I think that stuff would go a long way. That's kind of fun. Clearance level increased. Inference to futility. Oh wow, we still have a couple more things to do. If you're still watching, let me run another thing by for comments, okay? The way YouTube works is like, ooh, it's about watch time. So it'd be better for you to watch 10 minutes of a 10-minute video. That'd be great. Rather than you to watch, it would probably be better for you to watch 10 minutes of a 10-minute video than watch 30 minutes of a 2.5-hour video. But that being said, I would rather make videos and put that in the hands of the audience. If you guys want to watch the entire thing, give her. If you only want to watch 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 3 minutes, that's up to you. I think it probably hurts me in the long run from the point of view of the channel if people watch a review and only watch a few minutes of it. But I would rather give something for my audience to enjoy that covers all the bases. So if there's someone out there that says, fuck yeah, I want to watch this guy play the whole playtest for 3 hours, I want to be able to give that person what he wants as well. So that's what I'm going to do with reviews in general. Let me know what you think. Let's check this out. Photo op. One of our Pathfinders went missing in the eastern swampland 2 days ago. According to the log from the automatic termination transmission, his Dornfeld device failed to activate, and the poor guy, another spelling mistake, and poor guy went catabatic along with his entire truck. Catabatic. Don't know that word. Person merging with its surroundings during catabasis is quite rare. Merging with its surroundings. So I want you to travel to the site and capture photographic evidence of the phenomenon. Now that makes me think of the Philadelphia experiment and the way that people were allegedly kind of sunk into the ship, where their bodies merged with the deck of the ship and they became embedded impossibly into the ship itself. I've never heard the term catabasis before, but first time for everything. I'm wondering if there's any element that I missed while I'm here at the base that would allow me to level up or do something of that nature. Don't think so. I'm going to finish this out though. Okay, we have that. I'm just trying to get evidence. So I'll fill up the tank. I am kind of excited to go to a new place. I'm also wondering, is there a negative to me skipping days? Like, am I just free to skip any day that I want and skip as much time as I want? Or is that costing me something? Is that, I just need to pretty much go east. Is that affecting me in a way that I don't know, where I'm skipping time forward and I'm missing out on something or making it more difficult on myself? Now, those lighting effects are very nice. I like that. Kind of gives me a little Valheim vibe. If you haven't played Valheim, it actually doesn't look that dissimilar to this, and is a phenomenal game. It's got its shortcomings, but I won't get into them here. I really like it. Almost there. Yeah, I think my not using roads properly is responsible for the length of this video. Let's put it that way. I think I could have been utilizing roads a lot better. I'm interested in seeing this catabasis. See what that means. I think this guy's and his truck are going to be like stuck inside a rock or something like that. I may as well pick this thing up. Right in front of me. I'm holding shift the whole time because I'm so used to using it in video games and running. I play so many. It's like I was playing a game the other day, and I was playing that Mistfall game, and the R button makes you heal yourself. You only have so many heals. And I kept wasting them because I'm so used to press and reload randomly that I would just press R and use my heal when I didn't need it over and over and over. Okay, this is not what I thought it was going to be. Use the camera to take pictures of anomalies and other landmarks as you travel. Press 2 to equip the camera, then hold right mouse button to aim and left mouse button to take a photo. Yeah. The subject must be clearly visible for the image to count toward a codex entry. Every successful photographed anomaly is automatically marked on your map, providing useful landmarks for navigation. And if I get close to it, I die. I like that. I think the navigation thing is cool. It kind of forces you to explore a little more than you normally would. And yeah, like the margin of error thing. Just keeps you on your toes, and it gives you a reason to do things. and go places and put beacons down, and you know, you need points of reference. I enjoy that. I think that's a pretty good mechanic. Again, it's innovative for what appears to be a one-person squad. I really appreciate the amount of work that's gone into this. It's obviously something they're passionate about. I think they've done a tremendous job. I don't know how long it's taken them, what they've used to do it with, but I'm pretty impressed. And hope they are successful. That's funny, man. I've been playing video games almost 40 years, and never wanted to make one. I've had ideas. It's not like I don't have, you know, ideas for video games, or that I'm not creative in that way, but I've never wanted to become a game dev, that's for sure. If I had disposable income, I might try to get a game made, but I wouldn't want to learn the skill set to do it. I've always been an idea person. I'm actually kind of blown away that I'm even doing this YouTube channel. I've wanted to do it for a long time. The fact that I'm actually doing it is unprecedented for me personally. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm more of a talker and a thinker than I am a doer. So I'm impressed with myself in that way. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you're here too, dear viewer. Although at this point it's probably Tony and Paul and John and Ed that are watching. That's cool too. And Claire, didn't forget you, Claire, you newfie bastard. Alright, I got one thing left. 350 SP. What do I get the SP for? SP. What does it do? What does it mean? Clear, because I mean, maybe it's just clearance level. I guess that's what's going on here. I'm wondering if this is a third clearance level. Let's take a look at the last mission that we have available right now. Stranded. Following the storm 3 weeks ago, our scout have reported, another spelling mistake. I'm not doing that to be a dick, I'm doing that for the dev. Our scout have reported the sighting of an antique-looking ship beached near the cliffside west of here. The vessel emits so much god dream radiation that approaching the ship itself is not an option. I've seen that ship. There's a good chance some of its cargo is washed ashore. Go there, locate the ship, and scan the shoreline for potential artifacts to bring back for analysis. The ship looks like something you see on the cover of a history book. I'm sure you won't miss it. I've seen the ship. I've seen some of the debris outside the ship. I don't even remember if I did that, but I'll do it again to be sure. There's nothing in the trunk. Park and brake off. Well, let's go. I'm going to go right back. Yeah. What about you gamers? Anybody out there? Have you ever wanted to make a game? Just being a game developer, something that like you've ever thought of or dreamed of? I've never thought about it even for a second. It's an interesting scenario we're entering with AI. I don't think that we've ever been in a more interesting time to be alive, and there might be a point in the future where you can just speak game into existence. And at that point, I might become a game developer if I could just describe what I want, iterate upon it, curate it with an AI. But I wouldn't be a game developer by the classical sense either. I've been following the development of AI for several decades. Technology. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Technology is a double-edged sword. And it always has been. It's given us penicillin and nuclear bombs. And everything in between. And my hope for humanity, I thought this was cargo, but it's not. My hope for AI is if it doesn't destroy us, that it allows us to hone that double-edged sword into a beautiful katana with a single edge. Oh my god, this is a mistake. Okay. So I shouldn't be trying to drive to the ship. Yeah, like I'd like AI to become sufficiently advanced that it allows us to just have a society that doesn't need the other half, that doesn't need war, that doesn't need weapons. Everything we've built as a society has been based on intelligence, and now we're making a super intelligence. And if it doesn't destroy us, it could allow us to make a new dope world. Okay, let's see if getting out will. It didn't give me the thing that says I'm at the site anymore. Weird now. Just you're looking at the truck. It's seeing the truck, isn't it? Because the truck's an animated object. Yeah, okay. I'm wondering if it wants me to like skip those islands out to get close enough to the boat. I gotta be sure that this is the boat. No, it's not the fucking boat. It's telling me a completely different boat. That's my bad. I should have looked at the map. I assumed I knew what they were talking about. And I made an ass out of me. I'm not low on fuel, but I've obviously used some fuel. But I want to see what I can get done here. This is a pretty straightforward and flat part of the game. I'm going to get out of the low. That'll save me a little fuel. I'll try to straight line to where I'm going over here. For anyone that might be still watching, I've only been doing this for a month, the YouTube thing. I've been planning it for literally 5-6 years. And I've only been making videos for about a month. And I was thinking of putting together a video just describing how I did it, like how I learned what I learned and started the channel from scratch for anyone that might be interested in like doing that on their own. I'm just wondering, anyone that might be viewing, is that something you'd be interested in? Seeing a video that lets me tease apart, you know, all the different methodologies I've used to build the channel? Because I'm nobody. You're like, oh, this guy's a YouTuber. You're watching my YouTube video. I'm nobody. I've been a YouTuber for a month. I think I've been pretty resourceful, and I couldn't have done it without AI. Not just for stuff like the logo, but just for understanding software and for using it as an intelligent resource to learn what I need to do in order to make the channel from nothing. So that's something you'd want to watch. Let me know. Obviously, I'm a talker. You're still here, listen to me talk. I commend you. Not a lot of people that have that type of fortitude. But the way that I will do my reviews will always be a way that I tell you how I feel and what my thoughts are, and I try to get your feedback, and I try to make it an engaging process. It seems to me that successful YouTubers are the ones that engage their audience. They're the ones that I watch. I like to hear people, you know, if I'm watching somebody, it's because I like them. I assume if you're watching me, it's because you like me. Or at least something about what I'm doing. Hoping this is the one piece of cargo, just because I don't have a shit ton of, I don't have a shit ton of fuel. Well, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I wonder if I can... Not close enough, I guess. As much as I'd like to look for more cargo, I'm going to run back and try not to go bingo fuel here before I finish this mission. Haven't encountered a lot of bugs though. That's one thing for like as early as this game is. I can't think. I had one. It seemed like a bug where I changed the camera angle and I was stuck in my vehicle. What happened there was I held shift and I pressed E for the engine button, and it kind of felt like I ran out of fuel right at that moment. But I'm not really sure if that's what happened. That felt like a bug to me. Alright, I'm going to cut east and just try to straight line it back home. But otherwise, it does not seem like a very buggy game so far. No, I'm not going to go straight east. I don't have a lot of fuel, and the low gear burns more fuel. So I'm going to try to get as close as I can to my base without going buck wild on low mode and crawling over everything super slowly. I think if I go back to the coast and ride along the coast, that's a pretty straightforward way to get back home. Just not as close as the crow flies. Another thing I'll say for this dev team or whoever's making this game, nice beefy playtest. You know, I'm closing in on it's 2.5 hours now I've been playing it, minus the tutorial which took about 5 minutes. So I really like that. I like that demos and playtests seem to give you a nice chunk of content to explore. I mean, the thing is, if you believe in your game, you're not worried about giving too much of it away, because it should give you enough to like it and wanting more. And I think that's what this playtest has done. And I really hope that that you got what you needed out of this from people. Like I said, I try to keep an eye on all playtests and Steam games that are coming out with demos, and I missed this game. A good buddy of mine recommended it because he knows that I'm looking for content, and I was it was weird that I had missed it, but I'm glad I know about it, and I hope more people see it. I'm only new, so not a lot of people watch my videos, but I'm hoping that that people see it and check it out, and wish list it, and all that type of thing. And I will follow the game development in the future, and if there's more playtests or demos or iterations, I will definitely check them out. Yeah, perfect. Just what I was after. Yeah, there we go. Now, I have a feeling that it's about to unlock 2 more things for me to do, because there were 2 more locked things at the bottom. We'll see what happens. Okay, I got climb. Crate you've recovered from that ship is giving us nothing but trouble. The amount of God Dream energy it emits interferes with our equipment, and we haven't even opened the box yet. Luckily, Transport Hub 2 It's currently vacant, so we can safely quarantine it there for future processing. Deliver the crate there, along with the equipment necessary to study its content. Okay. I can't forget to bring my gear with me. There we go. So you got to think outside the box. That big god energy. Oh wow! So I am just by getting close to it, I'm getting like that radiation poisoning thing that's going on. No, didn't mean to do that. Climb. So is this? It looks like this is going to be another outpost. I feel like when I get there, I'll be at an outpost like this one. Not sure if that's what they were going by. I'm also wondering if I'm right in my hypothesis about the skeleton only coming out at night. Is there a reason to do things at night? Like maybe you get more points if you do things at night because the danger's higher. Or maybe there's other events. Like maybe there's a way to defeat him, or trick him, or lure him, or get something off him. I don't know. Look how much easier it is when you follow the road. I just had a flashback, actually. Thinking about a game from back in the day. I wonder if anyone here played it. Called Smuggler's Run. This truck kind of reminds me of it. It was a game where you just smuggled contraband across borders, and you had police and all sorts of vehicles chasing you down and trying to ram you off the road. It wasn't super dynamic. There wasn't like, I don't remember there being, Jesus, I don't remember if there were guns and stuff in it. That's a game I don't often think about, but man, I loved that game, and I wonder if there's anyone out there that played it. I wonder if there's anyone going to remake it. That's a question for the audience while I'm driving. What's on your short list for games you want remade? I'd love to see, and again, I know that we're in the age of the remake, and sometimes it sucks because there's too many remakes. But that's not to say there's not games I wouldn't want remade. I'd love to see Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain for PlayStation 1. That'd be wicked to see remade. I'd love to see Silent Hill 1 remade. And I'd love to see Smuggler's Run remade. That'd be super cool. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, just new graphics and remake the game. I think that'd be dope. I think a lot of people would come back to that game. What about you, dear viewer? What are some games you want to have them bring back? Transformers War for Cybertron? That's pretty near the top of my list too. That game was dope. I gotta get over here before that sun goes down. The sun's going down. Wondering if I can go faster. There we go. We're flying. Anyone here play Transformers War for Cybertron? Wicked game. It had classes, so you could play like a sniper or a leader or a scout or a... What was the fourth guy? Not a support. I can't remember. You could play as a jet, and because it was a Transformers game, like the sniper was a jet. So you could fly super fast, transform into a man, or into like a humanoid shape, all at once. Like you'd be flying super quick through the air, and then you'd turn into a guy, and you'd perch up on something, and then you'd snipe someone in the head, and then you'd jump into the air, turn back into a jet, and keep flying. It was wicked. And it used a system like, it was Activision, and it used a similar perk system to the Call of Duty games, like where you had a loadout and you had perks and you had different grenades and you had like the same way that perks worked in COD, where you had 3 different types of perks, but you had different perks to choose from for each class. I don't know if I'm making a mistake here. Let's try the winch out. Let's try the winch out. Now the winch isn't very long. That's something else that... So it's red. Does that mean the winch is not in a great spot? So far the main issue I'm having with the winch is that it's... The truck can't seem to... just park where I want it to, you know? Okay, I'm seeing a different route here. I think that skeleton fucker's gonna come out of here any minute because it's getting dark and ruin my shit. I'm gonna try to get up here before that happens. Yeah, like if the parking brake worked a little better, man, like I'd be using the winch. But it's like at the exact point that I need the winch is the exact point that my car won't, that the parking brake fails. So that's another critique I have, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't need the winch, but then when I do need the winch, the car slides down the fucking hill and I can't use the winch. I feel like what's happening here is there's a road that's supposed to take me where I'm going, and because I haven't taken it, the climbing mechanics won't allow me to be kind of outside the box. And I think that people want to play a game like this so that they can play outside the box and climb and stuff. I mean, if I can't use this truck to climb up hills, what am I playing this game for? You know, like I'm playing this to do this type of stuff. And it seems like it could be better. Even the parking brake, if just the parking brake alone kept the truck from sliding a lot more, and I could jump out on that cliff without the truck going anywhere, hook up a winch, and slowly pull myself up with several winches, that'd be fine, that'd be fun, that'd be cool. And then maybe be able to get a longer winch as time went on. Or a fireable winch, or a winch that allows me to work it remote controlled, so I don't get back in the truck every time. Now, again, the firing a winch and making it stick into things might be against the nature of the game. I'm just free associating. It's going to be a long demo. Or a long playtest, rather. We're at 2 hours 37, and I still have one mission left. But I'm going to stick through it. If you're still watching, I've not used timestamps yet in the video, mostly because it's kind of counterintuitive the way they work. But I will probably put timestamps in this video for you intrepid folks that watch 3-hour reviews. Get the game. Okay, it's like the other outpost I went to, but it's not like my home outpost. Now, I'm not getting poisoning when it's in my hand. That's kind of weird. In the right spot? Oh, I have the 2 of them, that's why. There we go. Okay. Now, we get home before that other big dickwad comes and finds us. Kills us. Pretty much going southeast. The lighting effects of the sky, very nice. The crimson aurora, I like that. It's not lost on me. I think that this really captures driving through the woods at night in the dark, and the extra effects that you have of like the pixelization or whatever you want to call that. I think is really cool. I think I probably said this 10 times, but you've accomplished a lot of atmosphere with the graphics style that you chose to make this game with. And I'm a huge fan of the developer of this game. My accolades and kudos to you. Now, that big skeleton asshole coming after me. So I can't see shit. That's another thing. Like, as I play the game, it'd be wicked to have a spotlight, like an independent spotlight, so I can look over there and point my light. Get some fog lights on this bitch. I really hope that leveling the car up is a part of the situation. I think it would be dope if you could get lots of different things for your vehicle. Lights, man, oh man. I really can't see fuck all, can I? Oh, I'm almost out of fuel. I really got to make sure that I'm efficient with this. I shouldn't have been in low gear crossing that territory back there. And now I pretty much have to be in it because of the nature of where I'm at. Okay. Water in front of me. Be back on the road. No, I'm not going to make it to the road, am I? Oh, God in heaven. I might just make it. Come on, baby. No, I won't. No way. I'm at 2 liters. 1 liter. There he is. Okay, so that's what happened before. It wasn't above. When you run out of gas, you're forced into the first person. And it's extra scary. I'm gonna go say hi to Mr. Man over here. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Hello. Yes. Hello, sir. I'm dead. One more mission. Life pattern fractured. I like that a lot. Let's finish this up. It's 2 hours 43. Let's see if we can come in under the 3 hour mark here for the kids. Research hub north of here just suffered a catastrophic incident. Although surviving staff were evacuated successfully, we still need someone to go there and investigate the facility. Drifts of such magnitude often lead to formation of so-called cores, artifacts born of mass katabatic events. If my theory is correct, you must find one at the ground zero. I want you to bring it back here for further analysis. At the ground zero. That should just be at ground zero. I only say that to help. Alright, let's get... Alright, we're going daytime first. I would like there to be a reason... I'd like to have better lighting on the truck, like I mentioned. And I'd like there to be a reason for me specifically to play at night. That's not just like, I got caught out at night. Like, give me, like, you know, more experience for doing things at night or something. That'd be cool. Especially if you had better lighting and different things like that. Some God rays. And it does seem, with stuff like this, that I'm going to draw an analogy here. This might be out of left field for some people. It's kind of like in the old Castlevania games where you started with the leather whip, and you never got to use the leather whip because the first goddamn candelabra that you destroyed would give you the next whip up. And there was never like a point where you got to use the leather whip a little bit and then upgrade. In this game, I don't actually ever get to... I almost never get to use the regular like way of driving. It's always low gear, and it's always it's almost always all-wheel drive. It'd be nice to be able to, if you're going over the real simple surfaces that aren't crazy high, it'd be nice to be able to just drive over them, because even back there was almost no gradient at all, and I still needed to engage my all-wheel drive and my low gear. So it'd be nice if you could get a little more out of your regular gear, I guess. Okay, I should be going. Alright, I'm good. I really like the fog. This is another thing. Like, I'd even like more weather. I'd like to see the fog more often. I'd like to see the rain more often. I thought that was a nice touch. And with a game as weird as this, there's nothing stopping you from putting like different color rain or different color fog, like green fog or fucked up acid rain. Maybe rain that keeps you from getting out of the truck, where if I'm out in it, I get that weird the eye opening thing, and I get God radiation, whatever it is, from the rain. I have to stay in the truck. And these aren't critiques. I just like giving ideas when I play things, and maybe the dev goes, "Hey, that's cool. I never thought of that." Throws it to me. Who knows? I did not mean for this review to be this long. I just wanted to give this guy, this dev, an honest shake and eat up whatever he puts on my plate. He put a lot on my plate, so I'm gonna chow down. And that's the thing, like, you know, YouTube's a funny place because there's rules, right? There's an algorithm, there's search engine optimization, there's tags, there's keywords, there's descriptions, there's titles, there's thumbnails. There's all these things to help you game the system and try to get more views out of people. Psychological tricks. I can't believe he did this. And then everyone clicks, well, what did he do? That's a part of it. And like any aspiring YouTuber, it's, you know, it's a lot of it you have to implement, I guess, if you want to really take advantage of the knowledge base about what makes YouTube work. But I also want to make stuff for people. And if there's even a handful of people out there that get something out of this long form playthrough, then I don't really care as much about like optimizing everything through what YouTube wants me to do, you know? Did I forget? Please tell me I didn't forget more cargo. Like if 100 people watch this video and most of you, and your average watch time is 11 minutes, that's probably not good for my channel. But at the same time, I don't care. This is like 8 people who watch the whole thing and like it, then I'd rather do it for those 8 people. If you can only reach one person, you know? Something's been in here. Something busted the door off. Facility doomed. That's a little... That's something else. You're about to enter a poorly lit environment. Press F to toggle the flashlight on and off and help you to navigate in the dark. This is cool. I'm really glad that I kept playing and that I get to see this new type of situation. Check your corners. I mean, this game is a horror game. From internal restream. Hubbo 2, Dr. Saiyan. Perimeter observation reports. Your concerns regarding reports of the roaming god husk near the base have been noted, and I want to reassure you that there is no immediate cause for concern. The entity has been observed periodically over the past 2 years. So far, the husk has demonstrated no behavior requiring escalation beyond standard avoidance and monitoring processes. It poses no threat to your field team unless provoked by direct contact or sustained loud noise. Highlight it. Unless your dim-witted subordinates redline their scout truck right in front of the thing, shielding installed in all standard vehicles will be sufficient enough to mask out the presence of living souls inside. I'm wondering if leaving my truck running out there was a good idea. Are those the bony legs of some kind of creature? No. No, they're not. It's just some kind of a stand. I'm going to go around the edge here in an unorthodox manner rather than walk straight in like a dickhead in a horror movie. Now, I will say this. I think this mission should have been a lot earlier in the playthrough. Because I think a lot of people wouldn't get this far. And this really showcases the horror element of the game. So if if you're listening, like, this should be like mission 2. Mission 3. Evacuate immediately. Yeah, I don't think I should be down here. That looks weird and organic. Dr. Freeman. Oh, am I supposed to photograph this thing maybe? Certainly is an object. It certainly is right there. I would have preferred pitch black. forget what mission I'm on, what I'm supposed to be doing, other than coming down here. Oh, I have an album, that's cool. Now, one thing I will say is, like, it's a creepy place to be and all that. And maybe there's something down here that'll kill me. But it almost feels like a walking simulator down here. It doesn't seem like, like this bunch I'm supposed to be. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing something. I can't remember, and I don't know if there's a way that I can look at what my mission is. Okay, pick up the core. All I saw from a core was that goddamn massive thing, so there's definitely something that's sitting on the ground I need to pick up. Oh, I missed this. I got it. I'm getting radiation poisoning. We gotta get through here quick. Oh shit. See, I'd like to explore a little more about taking damage, so... Not damage, but whatever that buildup is. Now, speaking from the point of view of horror, I think a better design for an area like this... I'm fine with creatures I can't fight. I generally don't like that in a game. I'd rather have a gun or a shotgun and blow them apart. But I get if that's not the style game you're going for. But I will say that I think this would have been a little more scary and a little more intriguing if there were maybe things moving around down here that I had to avoid and like wait for them to walk by and scoot by them. I think it would have been a lot more tense. Now, question is, what time of day is it? I don't think there's any way for me to know. Let me get in the truck and take a look. So it's 2,200 hours. Okay, so not like I'd be here an hour if I was going to wait for it to become daytime. Well, I'm just going to try to go south. Yeah, and maybe it's just that it's a playtest, but it didn't feel like there was going to be anything down there that could hurt me. So I feel like there could have been a lot more fear involved, if that's what you're going for. And I believe it is. And I also think that I feel like I'm going to encounter the skeleton man, and I will have very little counterplay to deal with them. Yeah, better lighting would like for the vehicle would go a long way. Sometimes, and I love the art style. I've talked about it for 3 hours. But sometimes there's a little too much going on at night. And I think it's fine for the early levels, but it would be really nice to be able to get some more lighting options. I really like the idea of having a truck and being out here. And the truck is like my safe haven. I think the skeleton man is close. I just can't see him. Yep. Now that tripped me out a little bit, seeing him there. That was the first time playing this game that I like got a chill. He just gave me a big chill down my spine. And I like it. That's why I play games like this sometimes. Now, one rule if you're ever being chased in real life or a video game, don't look behind you. There's no point. I know he's back there. It's tempting to turn around and look at him, but it doesn't get you any further ahead. I gotta look. Yeah, he's back there. I broke my own rule. But that's the thing. There's no point in looking back there. I know he's back there. I know he's after me. I might be able to outrun him. I can't hear him anymore. But there's a lot of weird sounds in this game. I'm not even sure if when I thought I was hearing him before, I actually was hearing him. I might have been hearing something else. Okay, I just got to start going east, and I'm home free. I'm also not even sure if there's only one of them out here. Sometimes my antenna will whip in a way, and I'll think it's him. But it's just my antenna. I'm also wondering if he's after this juicy morsel in my trunk. That might be what's going on. I also wondering if he can cut me off. But maybe he's going over that ridge because he knows where I'm going. Or if he just straight lines it after me. I'm really trying to get into this thing's head, you know? Okay, I know where I'm at. And I know where I'm going. I know how to get there. So do I want to cut? I gotta cut up right here. Well, that's the first time I got away from him. And I got real lucky because it's dark as shit out here and I can't really tell where I'm at in terms of terrain. Even these trees. The reason I'm looking so much is that my gas is so low that if I overshoot this by a little bit, I could lose the mission. getting out right away in case that big bastard's on me. First tall delivery. I finished. I did all the missions. 3 hours, 4 minutes. I don't think there's anything else to do. Oh. Well, folks, I'm an idiot. The entire time, I missed this fucking page right here. Truck. Suspension, winch upgrade, lights, large injectors, roof rack, stiff suspension. That's what these points are for. Most of this stuff's locked. I bought everything I just could. You could customize the truck. Questions answered. Truck bed. I didn't explore enough, but here we are. I'm glad I found it in the end. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to go take a look at the stuff that I just unlocked. So let's see what we got. Roof rack injectors. More fuel to the engine for extra torque, more fuel consumption. Extended fuel tank and UV lights. Dummy upgrade. I'm not sure what that is. Dummy upgrade. There must be a dummy that I can use maybe to draw the robot or the skeleton guy out to me. Unless that's just a placeholder for other upgrades. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm going to sleep so it's daytime. Take a look at what we've unlocked. I can't believe I missed that until now. I even came in here looking for it earlier and somehow missed it. But here we are. Let's take a look. We'll get some gas in the whip. Thank you sincerely for taking part in this playtest. You've completed all the missions available in the current build, but you're welcome to continue exploring Nostronde at your own pace. If you have a spare moment, we'd greatly appreciate your feedback in the survey too. I'll absolutely do the survey, and I will link in the survey. Oh, they fueled me up. My thoughts. Okay, so I got the fuel injectors. I'm wondering if that's always on. It seems like I'm going a little faster. I also feel like a lot of the critiques that I made are less relevant now. Because they were involving the truck's ability to move. I like that it pops down and like that. I'm just obviously this isn't much of a test. Parking brake's on, now it's off. I'm not sure why I did that. I think it's because I had the parking brake on. So you can upgrade the truck. As far as I know, you can't upgrade your little man so far. I'm going to wrap this review up. We're at 3 hours, 8 minutes. I think that's... we finished the whole playtest. I like this game a lot. I'm proud of the dev and or devs that have made it. You've done a lot with what you have. And that's not... I'm not saying you're... I have no idea what your resources are, but for the graphical style that you chose to make, or to use, you made a hell of a game out of it. And I think it's cool and intriguing and freaky. And it's definitely got a niche, and a lot of people that are going to like this game if they can get their eyeballs on it. I wish I got my eyeballs on it organically through Steam. So I feel like that's a shortcoming either maybe of Steam, but anyway, this game's cool. I really dig it. I hope that you guys are successful. I might check it out when it comes out. My only main thing, and again, complete honesty, is that for me, there's a lot of competition. And there's a lot of games that I want to play. So this game's developed by Codewalkers, published by Forklift Interactive. It's on Steam. There's no release date yet. The playtest is still up on Steam if you want to check it out. And I really dig it. That's going to be it for my review. If you want to watch a guy in his 40s turn his life around, talk shit, crack wise, and play video games, and work out and exercise, and all that type of shit, then swing on by the channel. I'm Atlas. This is Get Fit Gaming. Holla at your boy.
Get Fit Gaming.